I can't believe people are okay with Battlefield 6 doing this. Now, as I said, folks, in my impressions, there are some things that are wrong with Battlefield 6. Not everything is perfect. I've said this, and you guys are seeing it firsthand. Not all is perfect within Battlefield 6. However, with this said, it seems as though there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'll break that down with you folks towards the end of this video. So just trying to be tentative to my audience, I noticed in my previous Battlefield 6 video, somebody asked and said, Abel, what is Bloom? What is the issue with it? And hopefully I could show you better than I could tell you. This is a clip with Shroud showing the Bloom bug that is currently in Battlefield 6.
Watch how it blooms, watch how it blooms, watch how it blooms. See how it's going everywhere? It's just blooming everywhere like crazy. It's not shooting straight. See that shit? Look at how it's blooming. Look at how it's blooming everywhere, right? And instantly, I'm assuming I'm going to unmute myself here, and I'm assuming I'm going to say, oh, I'm bugged. I need to slide twice. What the fuck is this bloom, dude?
Go on.
I'm right where we want him.
Spread.
Dude, my gun's bugged. You have to slide twice to fix it. Hold on. One and two.
Don't die now.
Okay, now that I slid twice... Now watch my gun. Now watch my gun. Watch, 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 watch. Now watch my gun. I promise you this is a bug. Look at my gun now. See that? See how it's shooting straight? See that? See that? Not a single gun, not a single set of deviation. Nothing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
This is Shroud showing the Bloom bug that was in the Battlefield 6 beta and also in the mainstream game currently, okay? So after seeing that shit, y'all feeling that? Y'all feeling that? Listen, man, the bloom issue is a real thing within Battlefield 6. And again, guys, towards the end of this video here, I have some news for you concerning that issue right there. However, we're going to move on with some good news about Battlefield 6 and give you guys some insights about how Battlefield 6 is personally performing in the world, out in the wild, with everybody checking it out and seeing what all the fuss and the hype is about. So as you see here, this is the accolade screenshot, okay? Battlefield 6 is going off in a major way with publications, okay? You're seeing 9s, 8s, just nothing lower than that, basically. You're seeing 4 out of 5, 4.5, you're seeing 5 out of 5. Listen, it's going down for Battlefield. Overall, it seems as though Battlefield 6 is a huge success, and your boy could not be happier because I am a super Battlefield fan, and I'm happy that we have a good product. We have something that's promising, okay? Again, not everything's perfect, and you guys heard me say this in my previous video. This, I know, I'm a mature man. I'm not looking for everything to be just, oh, everything's perfect. That's just not realistic. You know what I mean? You and I know it's not realistic, but for the most part, the Battlefield 6 experience is enjoyable, and it's something that I could personally recommend to my audience, and I'm proud to do so. So Battlefield 6 in my book, overall, is looking like a pretty good title. Now, with that said, check out this tweet here. It provides some data and context as to what's going on with Battlefield 6 sales-wise. And it states here, Battlefield 6 has reportedly sold 6.5 million units, with 65.7% of those copies coming from Steam. The game is estimated to have earned over $300 million. Ladies and gentlemen, is Battlefield back? Are we back, baby? Are we back? Yo, those sales figures are remarkable. And ladies and gentlemen, that's just on the Steam side of things, you dig? We don't even know what's really going on the console front. But listen, the projections are large, and it seems as though Battlefield 6 is gaining steam and just plowing through the competition. And again, personally, I could not be more thrilled. Now, before we move on any further, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you give it a big like. And if you care to stay up to date with anything Battlefield 6 related, this is the channel for you. Consider subscribing today. Thank you. Now, peeps, I gotta ask you a question. Would you say Battlefield 6's gameplay is broken? Would you say that fundamentally? Me, not so much, but other content creators are saying Battlefield 6's gameplay is broken on purpose. Okay, it's about to get spicy, okay? Listen, I try to give you guys some banger videos, okay? And spice up the conversation of what's happening in these gaming streets. But we currently have a content creator that is saying Battlefield 6's gameplay is broken and ladies and gentlemen, on purpose. So you guys already know I have to check this out and break it down and see what's going on with this conversation. Now, with that said, you guys already know what time it is.
It is reaction time. Yeah.
So folks, today I'll be reacting to USA Specialist video, and his video is titled as follows: Battlefield 6's gameplay is broken, and within the thumbnail it says we were right, and it looks as though we have a tweet saying it makes you miss with the exclamation mark. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's about to go down, but this conversation is going to hit. All right, I already know this is gonna hit. So I'm gonna check out this video here with you folks, and I'm gonna provide my dialogue as we go along. And then right after that, guys, I'll be discussing the potential solutions that we have for the problems that are currently plaguing Battlefield 6 right now. So again, if you are excited, make sure you hit that like button. And also guys, if you care to check out US Specialist, he makes great Battlefield 6 content. I'm subscribed to him for a reason, because this guy be going off with the Battlefield content, and he seems like he's very passionate about this game. So you know how we do here. We like to support our folks here and content creators that are doing right by the community and that are sharing their perspectives and have a voice in this part of town, okay? So his links are down in the description below. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and check your boy out, okay? Okay, I appreciate y'all. So without further ado, let's hop into his video and see what's up.
Well guys, it's not just you. A handful of large creators have recently called out fundamental issues with Battlefield 6's gunplay, especially with a recent tweet from Stode going viral.
Okay.
Stode, who has over 500,000 followers on Twitch and over 55,000 on Twitter, recently posted a clip confirming a rather concerning mechanic that seems purposely integrated into the game. The tweet reads, "Snipers are not 100% accurate unless you are playing the Recon class. If you are a sniper on any other class, you will randomly miss even if completely still and controlling the sway."
Yeah, right, we're back in. We're back in. Get those people who said I missed back in here right now. Get them back in here right now. Come on.
Whoa.
Back in. Get them back in. So, just for a laugh, just for a bit of a laugh, the devs decided it would be really funny to not tell anyone that they've added random bullet deviation if you're not playing Recon.
Essentially, DICE has built-in mechanics to fundamentally break the aim of weapons depending on your class.
Now, wait, hold up. That's actually really crazy. Do you guys think that they did that on purpose? Like dead ass, guys. Leave a comment down below. On purpose though? Does that make sense to do so? Because you know the gamers are gonna expose it, just like this gentleman did in this video, right? He took it to the range and then checked the shit out. Let me know how y'all feeling. I don't know. On purpose? I don't know. Error? Maybe. But on purpose though? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think.
And while one may argue that adding an accuracy penalty to non-recon classes is the devs' attempt to balance universal weapons, it's honestly just an indictment on how bad of an idea universal weapons are, where the devs are now consciously and fundamentally breaking weapons aim in order to provide some sort of cost benefit. Now, while you can argue the merit of this mechanic in the comments below, more than anything, it shows DICE's own struggle with universal weapon balance and the concerning lengths they're willing to go to in order to manipulate gunplay behind the scenes.
Now, guys, all right. Right now, I need you guys. Do you prefer the open class system where you could just use weapon, like any type of weapon on any class, or do you prefer the closed class system? Okay, me personally, I like the traditional Battlefield way because I'm a Battlefield head. I'm a vet. You know what I mean? So with that said, that's what I lean towards, is the closed system, right? Where each class has their own respective weapons that are in that set class. You know what I mean? And you just can't use them in any other class besides whatever you're choosing, you know? That's just the Battlefield way to me. However, the open class system, I don't really mind it. I'm not closed off to it, but how do you guys feel about that personally? Does it do something to you? Does it really bother you? Let me know, guys. I need your feedback on this because he's talking in something very, very interesting here. Like, honestly, is DICE just being lazy about this whole system? Are they really just executing shit incorrectly and just being half-assed with this experience and feature set within Battlefield 6? Let me know what you guys think.
Treating issues I myself mentioned within my full review and drawing scrutiny into mechanics like Bloom from bigger creators. Overall, the current gunplay experience has seemingly gone downhill since the beta. Whether that's because of servers, bugs, or more nefarious reasons still seems to be up in the air. But this sort of discovery that DICE is making even precision guns randomly miss, even under ideal conditions, without overtly warning the players first, is a massive step backwards in the fight for player and developer transparency. Players like Stode have been getting called out on stream and made to look like they're bitching, even though the devs are quietly pulling the strings in the background. Add in my frame hitching during gunfights and moments where I land well over 10 shots to a static target 10 meters away, and the gunplay really seems to be an area of concern, which is a shame for such an incredible experience across the board.
He's right about that. That is heartbreaking that these issues are very prevalent for Battlefield 6 right now. Now, do I personally think that they're going to fix them and resolve them? I think so, because their fucking game's on the line. You know what I mean? If they want to keep up the rapport that they have currently, right now, the majority of folks haven't woken up to this thought. You know what I mean? Now, you and I are special. You know, I'm going to keep you guys up to date. Good, bad, ugly. Already, I'm reporting some ugly shit on Battlefield. It just is what it is. Guys, I just have to keep it real with you. I'm not biased one way or the other. Even though I do love Battlefield, I'm going to report the bad. And this isn't too good. But they have no choice but to fucking fix this. They have no choice, guys. They have no choice. Objectively speaking, they have no choice but to fix this. So I see why the gamers are upset, and I see why some folks feel like this is very sneaky. I can see it being perceived that way easily. So he made a point here.
So while the game is generally quite enjoyable, DICE needs to get ahead of this problem before the core player base gets fed up with hidden mechanics and shoddy gunplay.
Yeah.
And while these penalties could make sense in a world where DICE is transparent, ultimately they shouldn't exist because universal weapons shouldn't exist.
So folks, is USA Specialist incorrect here? Is his complaints and concerns invalid? I personally feel like he's onto something here, okay? These are issues that I sort of have seen myself, but not as heavy as this, okay? I have seen weapon bloom. That has been all in my face. I've seen that, and I mentioned that in my previous video. But the huge inconsistencies at time with the hit reg and desync within the game have been prevalent as well. Not OD by any means with my personal experience, but I have seen it personally. I have seen it. And it seems as though it's happening on a larger scale than most would like to admit, okay? Now, however, guys, there is going to be a solution had for these issues, hopefully maybe dropping this week or Lord willing next week. Now, this tweet here foreshadows some changes coming to Battlefield 6. And guys, honestly, it's looking like it's going to be for the better. Check it out. The bloom bug in Battlefield 6 is being addressed, and they will also be looking to balance and tune bloom based on feedback. Now, one of the Battlefield 6 dead, Florian, states here, the beta bug was actually fixed, but we identified another issue. Two, in fact, that impacts dispersion / bloom in a unintended way and will cause you to have more dispersion at times. The team is working on this, and we are looking at general balance / tuning of dispersion too. End quote. Okay, peeps, so this just came in this morning as I was editing this video. Per Battlefield.com, it states, we're aware of the reports of rare cases where bullets may not register damage correctly when hitting enemies. Following our investigation, we found that this was related to certain weapon attachment combinations. A hotfix has been deployed to address known instances. We'll continue to monitor performance. So there you have it, guys. It looks as though that the devs do know what's going on to some degree. Now, me personally, this bloom shit, I don't really fuck with it. I'm not really liking that, right? A world without bloom was a better day in Abel Green's opinion, okay? I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm not a fan of Bloom. This whole Bloom era of first person and third person shooters is really fucking annoying because I remember back in the day, wow, I sound old. Okay, I really sound old, but I remember when there was a time where we didn't have Bloom, okay? And you just use recoil patterns and just trust to fire tap, okay? How about that? Does anybody remember those days? Do we remember that? I would like that to come back. I really, really would. Give me a like if you guys agree on that. But honestly, them tweaking Bloom and balancing weapons in general is always a good thing. But again, me personally, I would like to see Bloom removed altogether. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. Now, guys, if you did not check out my last Battlefield 6 video, it was a banger. Be sure to click here and I'll be sure to see you there.